Ciao Laura.
Ciao Alessandro.
Today we are here at Babylonia Italian Language School with Laura Marcoccia. Laura Marcoccia is an Italian language teacher in a high school in the USA. Laura, which high school do you teach?
I teach at Eastchester High School in Eastchester, New York, which is part of Westchester County in the suburbs outside of the city.
And why are you here at Babylonia?
I'm here because I was looking to do a type of professional development for myself in order to better my Italian. Since I teach Italian, I'm always looking for a way in order to improve my skills in all four fields: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And therefore, I began to search on the internet for schools in Italy. And I found Babylonia in Sicily, and I haven't been to Sicily in many years, so I thought, why not? Sicily is gorgeous. And I actually received a scholarship to come here for 2 weeks and study at an advanced level.
So how was your experience in our classes, and what did you study here?
Here, in terms of methodology, I was really put to the test in terms of my skills. It wasn't your typical, you learn a rule in terms of grammar and drill exercises. Instead, it was definitely more student-centered, a lot more creative. Whether it was listening to a clip and then recreating the dialogue that would follow, or presenting upon an article, but in a way in which you had to really go beyond your own abilities. You really had to think, I really had to push myself in order to achieve the level in which my teachers were pushing me to achieve.
Did you participate at any of our social and cultural activity in the afternoon?
Yes, of course. I particularly enjoyed the film nights on Wednesdays. One film, In Guerra per l'Amore, was incredibly interesting for me because it talked about World War II and the influence of the Americans at that point liberating Sicily, and actually the consequences that followed, which I did not know about beforehand. So then I did an arancini cooking lesson, which was also very interesting. Beforehand, I never really ate arancini, whether it was in Italy or in the United States, but now I feel pretty confident in doing so. I also went to one of the first group dinners, and that really helped me get to know the other international students that are participating in various courses that are offered here. And then excursions, which also has been an incredibly useful tool in getting to know the island of Sicily, and also making bonds with other people who are in the same position as me, learning Italian.
So you spent 2 weeks in Taormina, and definitely probably the most crowded weeks during the year, because right after Ferragosto,
Right.
August 15, a period of time where all Italians are mostly on holidays. So
Right.
definitely Taormina was quite crowded. But overall, what's your opinion about Taormina? How did you feel about spending 2 weeks in Taormina?
I knew that was going to be the case, that it was probably going to be incredibly crowded due to the time frame. But Taormina is livable. It's easy to get accustomed, to get used to very quickly. Everyone was incredibly friendly and hospitable. Even on the major road, Corso Umberto, I always found myself being welcomed. It was also incredible to see how many people from all over the world come to visit Taormina. I heard everything from Japanese to German to English, French, Spanish. I particularly did enjoy, though, going to see Tosca in the ancient Greek theater here in Taormina, because it really showed you how much Italian culture is appreciated across, this global spectrum here that we find here in Taormina, which maybe you wouldn't particularly find in a smaller town in Italy. Also in terms of proximity to other major cities and sites in Sicily. I found it incredibly easy in terms of traveling and finding my way to explore other parts.
As an Italian teacher in the USA, how would you feel about American students studying in Taormina? Would you consider Taormina to be a safe town? You already said something about the cultural activities in town and also the proximity to the major towns in Sicily and archaeological site, but also overall, would you feel safe to, for example, knowing that your students are studying in Taormina?
Oh, absolutely. I think in particular, this school, Babilonia, provides for a very safe environment for students, even if it's your first time abroad or you've been abroad many times before. I think they really customize to the individual that particular experience and making them feel at home as best as they can. Whether or not you choose to live in a host family or I chose to live alone, I never felt like I was alone in the here.
So to continue on the same field, why would you recommend Babilonia then?
I would highly recommend Babilonia. I think the idea of complete immersion and also outside of the classroom there is complete immersion. Yes, there's an international front. So there's the temptation to speak in your native language because you can always find somebody who does, but the students here have built and the school as well has really truly built a community in which you want to use your Italian every day because you're in Italy and you really are immersed completely into the Italian culture and way of life.
Laura, thank you so much for this interview.
No worries.
And unfortunately, this is going to be your last day with us at Babilonia.
Yes.
We do hope to see you back soon.
I hope I do return.
And you've really been a great student for us.
Thank you.
A great colleague to also to talk to.
It's been a wonderful experience.
For us too. So
you.
safe journey back to the USA.
Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Ciao.